Well, as the migrant crisis at our southern border rages on, the White House pledges to crack down on human trafficking. But critics say the administration's policies are actually fueling the uptick in trafficking. Former acting ICE Director Tom Homan says, quoting, the Biden administration can't take human trafficking seriously while they have an open border, because an open border just invites more trafficking, because the chance of getting arrested and caught are a lot lower when the Border Patrol is busy with family units at the border. Let's bring in Texas Democratic Congressman Henry Cuellar, Vice Chair of the House Appropriations Subcommittee on Homeland Security. Congressman, thank you for joining us. The administration, as we said, they have pledged to crack down on trafficking. The numbers tell a different story. I want to put these trafficking numbers on the screen, if we can, showing that they've increased from 947 to 1,111, up 17%, and the arrests have gone up dramatically, up 35%. And the critics who say you cannot crack down on something that you are simultaneously incentivizing. What would you say, sir?
Well, I certainly say that the numbers have continued to increase. I was looking at the numbers from the Valley in South Texas, and just this year, October 1st, this fiscal year, October 1st till now, there's been about 140,000 encounters that Border Patrol has sent there. Now, it's interesting, the numbers of unaccompanied kids were about 4%, family units were 23%, and about 73% were single adults. So we're seeing an increase of single adults, which is a something that in the valleys where we see most of the unaccompanied kids in family units. So again, you got to make sure you catch them. And again, use Title 42, Title 8, and return people. Because again, if you don't return people, the message is that the border is open and people are going to continue coming. So you have to make sure that you deport them. Now, I'll say this, the Biden administration is still using Title 42, but they need to publicize that. If you notice, there's not too many pictures or images of people being returned, even though they are returning thousands of people under that title.
Yeah, you said this to the New York Times about the Vice President, Kamala Harris. You apparently tried to contact her. You said, quoting here, I say this very respectfully to her, I moved on. She was tasked with that job. It doesn't look like she's very interested in this, so we are going to move on to other folks that work on this issue. How is it possible that the border czar is ignoring a Democratic congressman whose district is along the border, sir?
You have to ask her that question. What I said was I'm going to work with the people, the career people in Homeland Security, the appointees that are interested in working on securing the border. You know, a lot of us, they don't have to listen to me, but they should listen to the people that live on the border. They need to listen to ranchers, mayors, county judges, sheriffs, police, folks that are on the border that see this every day. And if they listen to people on the border, I think they would get a very different perspective. Being 1,500, 1,200 miles away is very different from living on the border, where we drink the water, we breathe the air, we live here, we have our families here. And people down here are very respectful of immigrants. They want to see them treated with dignity and respect. But at the same time, they want to enforce the law. And the law says that if you get to stay here, you stay. And if you don't, then you will be deported.
I have very little time, sir, but I'm wondering if the vice president were to call you back, what would you say to her very quickly?
Well, you know, certainly I would engage her, and I want to give her my years of experience. I mean, I've served in Homeland, the oversight for over 8 years. I sit in Appropriations, Homeland for so many years, also 6 years. So I've been somebody with experience, and I certainly want to give her my perspective, and I want to be helpful to the vice president. I want to be helpful to the vice president, but like any other conversation, you got to have two people to have a conversation.
Someone's got to call you back. Congressman Cuellar, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.